Okay, so we need to talk about SAM. SAM is the program, it's called Skills Asset Manager, that you will be using extensively in this course. Now, if you've looked at this PDF, you should have been able to create an account and you should have been able to join my class. So once you get into SAM, let's take a look at it. Let me log in. Of course, I have to type my password in, right? And let's look at our student view. So the class that you should be enrolling in, if you haven't done it already, is this VCIS 1305 Spring 2015 online. Make sure you get into the online classes because these two classes are the same. This one is my face-to-face and this one is my online. They're exactly the same, but this one has due dates that align with the classes, the actual times that we meet, and your due dates align along the whole week versus a specific day. So you need to make sure that you enroll in this class. So if you'll notice, I've got everything listed, week 1, week 2, and then A, B, C, the A's, which are the trainings, are down here. These new perspectives, these are your actual books. So if you don't have your book handy, you need to look something up, you can actually go into the book here online and read everything that you need to. If you need another copy of the review assignment, whatever it happens to be, it's in here. Of course, we're doing managing your files right now, but you can see it's got all the different chapters and you just kind of flip through it. As for everything else, you have your trainings. So let's go into this managing files Windows for Windows 7 training. You'll click on it and you say start. So this training will come up, and there's 3 parts to this training, to all the trainings: observe, apply, or observe, practice, and apply. And you have to get a full grade, you have to go through each of those activities. So here's the observe. Basically, you're going to read, and it's going to do everything for you. You can hit continue, and it's going to come through, and you'll see that it's going to do what it does it all by itself. So this is the observe. Now, this can take some time, and if you know how to do it, if you don't really need to observe it, just continue on. Let it go through. You can hit the fast forward. So if you just kind of go to the next step, the important thing is that you see this here where it says please press task complete below. When you hit task complete, then it says, okay, I've done this task, now let's go to the next thing. And this is going to be your practice. And your practice is it's going to give you directions, and it's going to tell you exactly what to do, but you actually have to do it. So I'm going to click on that, and then, yes, it's highlighted, and then it says hold down the shift key and click that. So that's how you've selected all of them. Now, again, if you know how to do this already, you can hit the fast forward button and it goes to the next step. Again, you need to see this task complete. So you say task complete, and then it's going to open up the apply. And then the apply, read the directions, which they're exactly the same directions. Say continue. You're going to select, hit the shift key, select again, and then it'll come up and say task complete. Once you've done the task complete, then it will go to the next question. You can filter through your tasks list if you're seeing that it's not completely done or something is wrong. Then you can look at this task list down here, and I'm just waiting for it to load completely. So if you go to this task list, you'll see everything, and you'll see the check marks by the ones that are complete. So once you have completed everything, then it will come up and say, okay, you're all done, and it'll give you a full grade for that training. The important thing is make sure that you do task complete on both the observe, the practice, and the apply. You can stop the training and pick up where you left off at a later time, and that's perfectly fine as well. Just hit the exit button. It's going to remember where you are, and you can pick it up later. Okay, so that's the training. The quizzes the quizzes and the exams are along the same lines. So let's take a look at this quiz. We're going to go ahead and start it. And again, this is just a, it's a simulation of the office environment. And you're going to see here is the question. It says select the documents, this one and this one at the same time. So I'm going to take that and shift and hold that. And then it's going to say, oh, your answer is correct. Now, if you happen to get the answer wrong, you do have multiple tries on the at-home quizzes to get it right. So, say I chose the wrong file, it's going to immediately tell me that that answer is incorrect, and you have the choice of retrying it or going to the next item. So go ahead and retry it, and I want to choose this one and that one at the same time. So that's how the quizzes work. Obviously, as we get into Excel, it gets a whole lot more complicated. Again, you can look at the task list and you can see how many questions there are. There's 12 in this quiz. Now, the difference between quizzes and trainings, if you exit the quiz, it's going to grade it for you, regardless of, no matter how you exit. So make sure that when you start doing a quiz, that you're ready to do it and you don't stop halfway through. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, and it'll shows me here that it's in progress. If I go back in here, some of the things that you want to look at this right here, okay? This is, so this is our main exam, or our main quiz. Incorrect actions allowed per performance task. So for each task on the quiz, you get 3 tries to get the answer right. Can the test be retaken? Yes, it can. How many times can you retake it? Well, only 1 time for this quiz. So if you get a poor score, if you've totally bombed it the first time, you can take it again and the highest grade will be taken. Projects. So let's look at projects. You see here under type, tells you if it's reading, training, exams, or projects. Okay. Your availability, it's available now. The other ones will tell you what days they become available. And then these are your due dates. Once these due dates come to pass, you will no longer be able to click on these. It's just like these that aren't even open yet. You can't click on them. Once the due date is passed, it actually won't even show up in this activity list for you any longer. So let's go to the introductory project. It's going to tell you basic instructions, number of submissions allowed. For every project, you get 5 submissions. That means you can submit it and see what your grade is, and once you've submitted it, if you don't like your grade, you can go back and fix it and then submit it again. So we're going to say, yes, I want to start this project. You're going to download the instructions, and then you're going to download the 2 files that you need. Okay, and just for the fun of it, I'm going to go ahead and download this. And let's look at the instructions real quick. So I'm going to open up both of these files. Go ahead and say enable editing on them. But let's look at the instructions because this is critical. The first thing that you must do is you must do this step, these two steps right here. You must rename your file to be first name, last name, which it's already in that format, and you need to make sure that it's an _2. So if I go to this actual file, and you'll see it's np_word 2013_cs_p1a, then it has my name and an _1. So you want to go to File and say Save As, and wherever you happen to want to save it is fine. I would recommend your zip drives or your flash drives or your My Documents, but either way, make sure that it's an _2, save it, and then you're good to go. So now you can start following the directions on what to do with this file. Now I'm going to not do anything other than rename it, and I'm going to close it out. Back on this project here, I'm going to go here and I'm going to choose Files, and I save that in my downloads. And of course I've got a gazillion things in my downloads. So I'm going to select my file and I'm going to open it, and you'll see right here it's telling you exactly what file it's looking for. So make sure it's named the right thing. Once you've uploaded the file, you can say submit. Now obviously I haven't done anything on the file, so I'm going to get a 0. But the reason why I did that is because I wanted you to see the report. So let's go over here to reports. On the report you can see, okay, the training, I've started it, and you can see what you've done. But the introductory project, there's two things I want you to see. The reports and files, so here's a report and then a study guide. Okay, so if you look at the report, it's going to download a file and you open it. And go ahead and enable editing. And you're going to see, obviously, I made a 0. Gee, go figure. But it tells you here, step 1, I didn't do this. Step 2, I didn't do this. Step 3, I didn't do this. But it tells you exactly what you didn't do so that you can go back to your file and you can fix it. Once you've fixed it, or say like, okay, I didn't do that, but I don't know how to do it. How do I do that part? That's where the study guide comes in. So if you go to the study guide, when it does actually finally come up, if you look at the study guide, you'll see, okay, change all the document margins to 0.7. I don't know how to do it. So here's the training on it. It's going to show you exactly. So let's go to that. It's going to open up the training for it. Eventually. And it's going to say, hey, here's the training. Here's exactly how to do that. So do it. So if you have questions, if you don't know how to do something, if you can't remember from the readings, yes, you can go back in the book and you can read it, but look at the study guide. It's going to point you in the right direction for 99% of the stuff. but also utilize these reports and these study guides when you submit projects. It's so very helpful, and honestly, if you do the work and you do it multiple times, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get a good grade on the projects. Now, that being said, once you get past a third submission on your project, if you're still struggling with it, then you need to talk to me. You need to ask me so that I can help you. Let's not waste your last submissions, just trying to blindly stab at a solution. Talk to me and let me help you. So this activity list is very important. It has everything in here that you're going to do. I have up here right now until the first exam. I have not done past the first exam, except for the trainings, but you'll see they're going to start popping up here pretty soon. The last thing that you need to see, well, there's two things. So here's the activity calendar, and this actually puts all the activities in a calendar format for you to see, and it tells you when they are, what they are, and you can click on them to go there. I personally prefer the activity list. I can see it a little bit better, and you can have it listed in various formats, but it's really entirely up to you how you want to do it. Finally is the gradebook. So you select your section that you're in, and because I really haven't submitted anything, I don't have, well, and also this is my faculty account, it's not going to show me any grades. But this here will show you what your grades are, what you made on this project, what you made on this project. Now, these are not the official grades. You have to give me time to get the grades out of SAM and into eCampus. eCampus will have your official grades. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please post something in the general discussions, drop me an email, anything along those lines, and I'll be happy to help you. I did not talk about review assignments in here. When we get to this Excel tutorial 1, that's when we'll have our first review assignment, and I will go into much more detail on the review assignment at that time. Thank you very much.